welcome back, or thank you for clicking on the video if this is your first time visiting this channel. Yeah, so we are planning for June the 23rd through the 29th. I'm using this kit from DEKdesigns. This was a June sub box maybe 2 years ago, I don't know, but I'm not subscribed to their box, but when they have, I guess, extra boxes or extra kits, I should say, they put it on the website that you can purchase. So I like this color scheme a lot, and so I had to get it, like anything with women. So we have their girlies. I think their name is Stormy, or one is named Stormy, I'm not really sure. And I have already pulled some boxes. This was like a little, I guess, a freebie. I don't know if it came with it. It was like a little calendar, and then it had the stars at the bottom. You get a whole bunch of die cuts. So even if I run out of the whole boxes, I can use the die cuts and still make a script out of it. I do use profanity. I will try not to use it in this video. My last video there was some, but and then you have your date dots, weekend, and then get into the full boxes. These boxes are so pretty. Like, I just love this double seam. The colors are so good. Okay, some more full boxes. Like, you can use this kit for a while. So subscribing to their monthly subscription could be an option later in the future. I only subscribe to Sweet Kawaii Design. Can't get that out. And I was subscribed to Crest Press, but she stopped doing that for some reason. I guess she needed a break, but she stopped doing it. So. And then we have some more boxes with some flags. And see, so there was a week, 4 weeks. I used this once. So yeah, you definitely can get your money's worth. So here are the fashion girls. Our boxes. Some more boxes. Yep. Some round ones. Habit trackers. And then you have this almost like, I guess it's like journaling section, kind of like. Some little deco. Hopefully I wasn't framed the whole time. And then some little scripts down here. And these are the scallops that I think I'm going to use in the spread instead of the glitter hitters. So this is the kit that we're going to be using. So stay tuned for the rest. We're going to try to make this a talk through. So let's start with the bottom portion. We're gonna need 4 boxes next. And let's see. Alright, so during this week, we were getting ready to go to Branson for the weekend. It was just a weekend trip, so we weren't there long enough. And we were going to go shopping, but did this not come with washi? Am I tripping? Okay, I'm looking for something that looks like washi. We have glitter hitters, and then there's no washi. Period. Hey, okay, I'm tripping. Alright, so let me find some washi. Okay, so I found some washi. I don't know I don't know. So these are the washies that I found. The only thing is they're not the right purple. And I was going to use this because it's hollow in the kit. Like, but I don't know. And then, so my plan was to use this, okay? And then I have this washi from Illumicrate. I don't subscribe to them anymore. Just because it kind of has that gold yellow in it, but then it's got skulls and look like a demon head with horns. I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, I'm not liking that part. But I don't have anything that is yellow like. So would this be too many bows if I use the silver and this? I feel like it's gonna be too much. I really do. But I could use this shade of purple, but would that be too much purple at the bottom? Or this purple? I don't know. So we're gonna start with this washi because I know I want to use this purple. If I can get it open. Okay. How are you guys doing if you're watching this video? And if you feel like commenting and saying hi, you know, that would be nice. If you want to. No pressure. Alright, so we're gonna use this washi for sure. And this is from Simply Gilded. Okay, so let me scoop this up so you can see it. We're gonna lay it down. I'm gonna try to do this without taking it out of the rings. Off the rings or out of the planner. Where's my little cutty thing? And cut. It did it. Alright, so as I was saying, this was the week that we went to Branson for the weekend. Really? Oh my gosh. Other than that, it was a pretty boring week. I mean, nothing really happened. I just chill and relax. And so at this time, I was still looking for a job. See, did end up getting one. So that's the plus side of this. Okay. But yeah, and so this week I kind of spent the beginning of the week figuring out how Bailey was gonna get her medicine because she was on a schedule for her eye drops and she had to get it one every 12 hours and then the other one was like every 6 hours or something like that. And so I didn't want her not to be on her routine, and I guess I could have boarded her. And they had where someone would come and make sure the animals are getting their medicine and let them out to use the restroom and play. But Bailey, she was not trying to play. She roams, and that's about it. She does not play. She don't like being around other dogs. She's very bougie. As our owner, I guess I can say that. All right, so we have this down, and now we gotta figure out. Now, the only way, if I do this, I will need the wider one. And I don't know where it's at. And, oh, no, wait. No, I don't know this. Oh, wait, I do. Wait, so we have this. Okay, so get that sticker off my hand, get a drink. That Malibu. All right. So if I put this here, is that too many bows? But I also feel like if I was to use one of these other ones, it's going to look weird. I feel like what? And I feel like too many bowls. All right. I don't know. Let's see. All right. We have this one, which is also from Simple Gilded, and it looks like that. It's gonna take care of the bow problem, but I feel like it's not the right purple either. But I don't have any other options, and I need to use what I have. So let's just use this one, and then we can be done with it. All right. Putting you there. Trying to, nope, I knew instantly my hand went sideways with that. Okay. And there we go. All right. So, I was looking forward to going on this trip because I wanted to go shopping at the outlet mall that they have there. Usually I always have a good time when I do go there, or we do go to Renton. However, this last time we went, last time we went, we actually just went to Silver Dollar City, which was fine until a certain point when it turned off really cold, and so I went to go get some hot chocolate, and there was this little boy that was standing in line with his mom and I guess his brother, I don't know. And so he was like, it did it again. But do I care enough to keep ripping it up? A little bit. I don't know. I already took a piece up. No, I don't care enough. Okay. So the little boy was being disrespectful to the max. And his mom was like, if you keep it up, we're going home. And he's like, no, we're not. And I'm like, okay, that's what we do. Let me mind my business, because they ain't got nothing to do with me. But she's like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm not putting with this. You're being really disrespectful to me. And this little boy had the nerves to turn around, well, not turn around, tell his mama, no, you're being disrespectful to me. And the whole time I'm standing there and I'm like, is this happening? Is this real life right now? Is this real life right now? I really like this one. And she's like, you need to go stand over there and cool off and give yourself time enough to think or something. And he was like, no. And now I'm standing in front of him. I'm trying to get my hot chocolate, mind my business. I was being nosy. I was. And so that's gonna cover some of that up. And so he finally goes over there, and the little boy that's with them was like, are we really leaving? And then she has the nerve to tell the boy, if things don't turn around, we're leaving. You just told the other little boy, the disrespectful little boy, that y'all was leaving. And then she tells this one, if he doesn't turn, his attitude doesn't turn around, then we're leaving. Everybody deserves grace. This little boy just basically told you to shut the hell up. And, your son, but okay. I was like, okay. Okay. So after then he comes over there. It's like somebody came up to talk to him. I don't know if it was his dad or what this guy was to them, but this guy comes over and she was kind of telling him what happened or whatever. And he simmers over there for a second. I guess the guy asked him, you want to talk about it? And I guess the boy didn't say anything, and so they both just sitting. And so finally the boy comes back over there to his mom, and he was like, I'm so sorry, I was just frustrated. Oh, okay. I was just frustrated, and you wouldn't let me talk. And who the parent, who the kid? And she was like, oh, okay. He's like, you were just annoying me. I'm like, these are probably the type of kid that's gonna get older and really gonna cause you some problems or whoop your ass. But you know, whatever. People, that was her kid, whatever. And so then she says, oh, well, okay. And she hugs him, which nothing wrong hugging your kid. She hugs him, and then she's like, do you still need to go to the restroom? No, I'm okay. You just flipped out on your mama because she wouldn't let you go to the restroom by yourself, but now you're okay when she asks, do you need to go? So she leaves to go to the restroom. I guess he done worked her bladder up. And she leaves to go to the restroom, and then he and his brother start playing. The brother was polite at first. So they're up there playing in line, like being rowdy. And then he's up there trying to bargain with the other little boy, like, you get the plain hot chocolate so I can get the loaded hot chocolate since something. I went for a listen to him. And then they bumped into me. Okay. Rather you don't show your ass with your mama. You bumped into me. So that was my problem right there. And then you had a little boy. So then I turn around and he mumbles something, right? So I turn back around. Did I give that boy a little look? A hateful look? Probably. Because I'm not your mama. Okay. So I looked, and he didn't really, didn't too much say anything or whatever. And then I'm trying to see where I need to put this, or where I can put a box. Because I had a check mark. Maybe I do a little bit different. Okay. I think we're going to do a little bit different. So he said something, and the little boy was like, okay, well, he whispered in the boy's ear. So he probably was calling me all kind of things, It was giving a certain vibes, whatever. And So little boy was like, okay, well, let's be respectful. And he mumbled something. And I'm like, whatever. And so when I turned around, because I was like, I'm not your mama. Did. Because you was talking crazy to your mama. And her ass took it. Which, whatever your family dynamic is, but if you let them get away like that, he talked to you crazy all the time, and you let him. So that happened there, and then I was like, oh, okay. We had that for the sidebar. What else do I want to put? I have these bows, and I never quite know what to do with them. Okay, what did I do with the? Okay. I have my glitter headers, but I don't think I want to use them. I was gonna use these little scallop looking things right here. So yeah, she kind of like, I don't know what it was. So that was this trip, and he just didn't get any better. They was bumping into people behind me. All right, let's do this, and let's put a box here, and I need like a big box or a circle or something. I can use a scallop box, I guess. I never know what to do with those either. Okay, we have these boxes. Which part will work better? I'm trying to change it up where it won't be like the same boxes. And I got this sticker on my hand. But anyway. So yeah, that's how that little incident happened. So after that, we got ready to go and see the lights, the Christmas lights, which was really pretty. I did get on some roller coasters. My brother-in-law tricked me into getting on roller coasters. I don't do roller coasters. I don't do heights. Yeah, so I got tricked to get on a ride, and that's our sidebar. I don't know if you can see any of that. All right. But yeah, so I got tricked to getting on the ride. And he thought it was funny. Don't know if I had a heart condition or not, but he thought the mess was funny. Tricking me on that ride. I'm thinking everything was funny about that, but alright, let's do one of those flags. Alright, we're gonna do one of these flags at the top. Oop, I already know. We're gonna do this little pie flag. Right. Oop, I could scoot it up. Alright. We're gonna put it as close to the edges. There we go. And then we'll put our little June up there. Alright. Deco. Let's see. Other than that, the lights were really pretty. They had a tree that they kind of they lit up, and it played to music, so that was really cool. But we were out there for so long, y'all. Like, we got there at 11, and we didn't leave until 7. And it takes what it it takes like 2 hours to get back home. And it was like, we gonna be there how long? Because my thing was, I thought when we went, we were going to drop them off, which is my nephew and his girlfriend. I thought we were going to drop them off and leave and then come back and get them. Oh no. As soon as my brother-in-law was like, oh, we'll pay the park, I said, nope, we stuck. We stuck. We not leaving. Which was fine, I guess, but it's not what I thought we was gonna do. And so, yeah, because my whole plan was, I finished shop. I thought I was finished shop. That is not what happened. So that went, oh, I'm gonna do some Christmas shopping because we had time. We did not. All right, I'm gonna pause it for a second and cut off this excess. All right, so I didn't realize that I had pulled these into my sticker book, and I ended up pulling these, but I don't know, I guess I really wanted to use these, or whatever. So we're gonna see how this works out. I don't know. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. We're gonna start with this to do. So there's some things that I had to make sure that I checked off on this. So we're gonna start with our checklist first. I think I did a checklist for every day, but okay. I didn't know how far I wanted that to go up. All right, so we have that, and then we're going to put down one of the little divider things that I lost. I was like, here you go. I'm just gonna use whatever color is coming down the little this sheet. Like, I'm not gonna worry about any type of order. So for my checklist, I had to make sure that I dropped the Bayla off at the vet about her eye, and I uploaded a video during this time, and then I had a call about retirement funds. I'm not old enough to retire, but I did call about that. So that's what's gonna go in my checklist up there. But the first thing that I'm gonna mark that's not part of my to-do list is that I wanted to cover that line up if I could. Let's see if I can put a box, or maybe start of another box. I don't know. Let's do this. Okay. I was tired, and that was about it. I was just tired. I don't know what brought that on. Considering, I was off on the weekend. Next thing on mark is that I had a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich from our local bakery. Then I'm gonna mark that I had some Milo cuddles, and I think I want to put that in a box. Let's use a pattern box like this. So I have me some Milo cuddles, and Milo is my mom's dog, not my dog. All right, we're gonna cut Milo. Okay. So yeah, had to give me some cuddles. Okay, and then I had me a nap. And I had to get Bailey and Milo a burger. So we'll mark it with this. I had, if I use that one box, all right, we're gonna put down, we'll use one of these scallops ones. Okay, we'll use this one. Okay, so I had a little bit of here. Made some ice cream, and then for dinner I had, do we use one of these square ones? Do we do it? I mean, I got this big old space at the bottom, so I feel like I need to do something. Let's use this one. Right. And then I had me some nachos. Okay. And that is Monday. Okay. Moving on to Tuesday, we have a checklist and 6 things to mark. So let's mark my things up here, and then we'll go back and do the checklist, because I want to try to fit a box in on this day if possible. So I'm gonna mark that I had slept in, so let's use this box to mark that we slept in. That's Sweet Ava's paper, DEKdesigns, Beneva's Creation, I think. Beneva's Creation, Sweet Ava's paper, Bunny Bear Plans. It's a new shop. I don't know. If I remember, I'll come back to that one. And I think Carly Plans, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But we're gonna go with that. And then I'm gonna mark that I was sad because I had an information call about this program that I was trying to go in. I'm still gonna try to go in because I'm not gonna like stop somebody or let somebody stop me from trying to achieve my goal, you know. And so it was kind of like, it was kind of discouraging, but I already knew that I had work to do because I have to take a lot of science courses again. And yeah, so after that, I ran some errands. I got myself together. I have a checklist that I still need to use. Okay. All right. So then after running errands, I guess I actually legit did some shopping. That's sideways. I don't know why. And then I had me some are they not tiny boxes? I don't want to use that if it's those are too close to it. I don't want to cover that up if I'm gonna put icons. So, all right, we're gonna put that there. So I made some nachos. Okay, so now, yeah, we went shopping because we had to go to Hobby Lobby, and I had to drive to the next town over to go to Hobby Lobby. Went to Brick and Forge to get these nachos. I don't know where these nachos came from today. And then okay, that's part of my checklist, so that is fine. All right, let's put a box down. Then we have a girl and man across from each other. You don't really care about that. Not particularly. Sorry, I bumped you. Trying to be sure I have all my boxes over here, and I kind of feel like I don't, but I guess I do. Let's put. I know I didn't have all my boxes. We definitely need to use a girl. But let's, I can put a girl at the bottom, I guess. Okay, let's use this one. And so I'll put this all the way at the bottom. Okay, and then we'll put you right here, and then let's put you right here. I feel like I'm gonna have some space, so let's put another one right here. Okay, so that moves it down just a little bit, and then if it's a gap, it won't bother me too much. So yeah, all right there. I don't love it, but I don't hate it, I don't think. All right. And I'm just gonna move the mark that I read. So I guess I pulled the icon, we can still use it, I guess. So the mark that I read, I'm using this little eggplant because it was a spicy book. Okay, all right. Wednesday, we're going to mark, I guess I'll put mine to do at the top, and then we'll just alternate where I put the other one. Okay, so for the to do on Wednesday, I had to give Bailey her meds because she had to be on a routine. Okay, we're gonna switch you up because if I can fit. It's hard to do this with this in the rings or on the rings. Okay. And then let's see. These to divide that off. Okay. So she had to get her eye drops. I had to run errands, and then I went to buy some hair products. Okay, the phone cut off. All I did was put down this YouTube sticker right here. So I was just binging YouTube, nothing really like major going on. All right, so we're gonna move over to Thursday, and we're going to put our to-do at the bottom this time. And we're gonna see how we like that. I don't really know. I don't know how I'm feeling this to-do list bounce around. Normally I put the to-do list at the top and it just go across the top, but I want to try something new. So we're gonna see. I feel like that's kind of leaning up, but I don't know enough. I think I care enough to really fix it. All right, so Thursday we have 7 things to mark, and all right, Thursday. Let's start with a full box. So we're gonna use a girl. I feel like she is giving. So let's use. I guess I need to put one of these things down. I have purple. We can do purple. Let's do this first. Trying to make sure my camera don't cut off on us. Hopefully I can get through this. I don't know. Alright. And then we need one to go here. And then we can get into what happened this day. So we're gonna mark that I went shopping and I had lunch at Holly's Switch. It's a little restaurant that we have here. I don't really have small boxes. So marking that had that. And then we had family time and the box. Okay. Let's see. I need a marking that I had a nap, but then I need to mark nap. Okay. There was a lot going on in the last part. All right, so let's use. Yeah, they don't have. I keep forgetting about these. Hold on. I still don't have small boxes though. We have these though. Let's use one of these. Alright. I'm gonna use this for me taking a nap. So a nap. And then I had some snacks. And then let's use like a bigger box, I guess. And we're gonna see how much of this next part I can get in. So I was just having some snacks, just having eat, you know, like, I don't know, my best life, little my best life, I guess. So I had me some popcorn. I also had some cheesecake. Don't judge, okay? And then I felt at peace because I don't know if I told what the checklist was. Bailey meds. I resigned from my position, which was the best thing. And I had to do an Amazon return, and I just marked that I was at peace with my decision. And so that would be like the second thing I marked. So I'm gonna put that right there. There we go. I ended up marking everything. Awesome. Good me. All right, so next we're gonna put the check list at the top since we're alternating what we got going on. So let me move it out so you can see. But yeah, so I held out before I told them. And if you knew how they did people, you would like, it would make sense. Like girl, we get it. Because they didn't tell anybody about what exactly was going on, and so it was just one of those things. So we had family time, but on my to-do list I marked that again, belly meds, I had to do laundry, and then my nails. I don't know if I went and got my nails done or I just did my nails, but that is what I'm marking. And okay, we have 5, so we might can do a box. All right, so let's do this. I really am trying not to cover up what they got going on. So I'm marking that I had lunch. No. Oh, at a restaurant called Barn Hill. And then we'll go in with no, green on green, not doing that. Let's do, oh, I don't have a pink. Yellow's right there, so no, I can do a purple right here. Okay, we still got time, so okay. Sorry about the noise from the freeway, but yeah. Okay, next thing I'm marking is that I went shopping, so we'll mark that. We went to Bath and Body, Old Navy, and then Sally's. After doing the shopping, all the shopping, your girl got thirsty, so we went. If I use a scallop, is that gonna, and I got 2 other things to mark. Can I use, nope, use a scallop, I'm not gonna have wrong. Trying to use those, and I might not be able to just do a box. Alright, we'll use this one. So I got thirsty, so I went and got a drink from Sonic's. I don't know, that probably looks horrible, but I'm doing it. Yeah, drinks from Sonic's. I took a nap because I love my naps, and then I had me some popcorn. I think I could write naps in there kind of small, so we're gonna do that. And then I'm gonna kind of cover that up, but let's put a box. Flowers, maybe? Or do I do this pattern? Let's do this one. Okay. So let's lay down the box first. And then come back and do this. Since it got asked to overlap a little bit on this sticker. Alright, moving on to Friday. Okay. Checklist is not gonna go at the top. So Friday, no, Saturday. We just did Friday. Oh Lord. Saturday is when we're leaving to go to Branson. This is also the day that I chose to pack. and I don't normally do that, so there's a lot to mark, I feel like. Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm gonna like break the pattern that we had going, and I'm gonna do my checklist at the top, since this was the day that we had to leave and I had to hurry up and have my crap packed. Normally I already have my stuff packed. It might be like the day before, but never the day I was sleeping. This is also the day that I lost one of my pods, AirPods. Yeah, I don't know where it's at, but I don't have it. So I had to pack, get Baylor her eye medicines, and I went to 7 Brew before we actually hit the road. We grabbed breakfast at McDonald's. Okay, and then from there we got on the road. So we'll use this one. We hit the road. So we burned some balloon at that point. I text my brother to make sure, check about Bailey and her medicine. I had to make sure she got that. Okay. And nope, because we have that box. Okay. But how about we do that? Alright, so after I take some more cheese, we went to Buc-ee's. You know, I want Buc-ee's in a box. It just has to go in a box. And okay, we'll do this one. Alright. So went to Buc-ee's, and then we checked in. I'm gonna need one of those for Sunday. So I don't want to put a random thing in. Alright, we'll do this. Alright, so we checked into our hotel, and then we went shopping at the Outlet Mall, and to round out the evening, we ate at this place called Mellow Mushroom. Get it out. For dinner. That's what we ate. So we'll do this one. Right. And that rounds out Saturday. Yeah, I don't know how I like this bread. Alright, moving on to Sunday. I actually do not have a checklist for anything on this day. So let's use some boxes, and we can use a box. Okay, so let's mark. The first thing we did was have breakfast at the hotel. And to mark that, I think I'm gonna use this box. here to mark that we had breakfast. It was okay. I had a waffle. It was okay for, you know, breakfast at a hotel. But I had breakfast at a hotel before, and it was like better the last time that I had it. But I mean, what are you gonna do? So we had breakfast, and then we hit the road to come back home. And I ended up getting some ice cream. Use this one. I am an ice cream person. I don't eat it as much as I used to, but there we go. Alright, and then we're gonna use a full box. Alright, we'll use this You're My Sunshine. Because since we were on our way home, I was ready to see Bailey. Okay. And so she wasn't that mad at me when I came through the door, but let's face it. I don't want to put a scallop by a scallop, but let's see. Maybe because I only have 2 other things to mark, we're gonna use one of these boxes. All right. Yeah, okay. We're gonna use this box here to mark Bailey Cuddles. Okay, and then I was mad because I lost my pod. This is when the smaller boxes would have came in handy. Right, but I don't think there's any smaller boxes to go. Well, shoot. Okay, I don't know. It's not gonna have one, so I'm just gonna put this here that I was mad because I lost my box. I will fill this out off camera, but this is the final spread. I hope you like it. Hopefully this top 2 is not boring. I don't know. I felt like it was kind of like all over the place because I didn't know how I wanted to lay down my stickers or the checklist, but it's okay. Maybe it'll look better once I fill it out. I will insert a picture so you can see how it looks filled out. Until next time, bye.